Alright, so in this one, we do have the kit details for the new Legends Limited Fusion Zamasu. I think a lot of us were expecting an Ultra, whether it be Cell or Zamasu. Fusion Zamasu here. We did not get that, which I think is actually pretty surprising, because 2 years ago, this time slot was hit. Last year was Super 17, so it's kind of iffy, 50-50 essentially, what it would be, and clearly we see here it is Fusion Zamasu. Z ability is Strike, Attack, and Defense, and Blast Defense. He is a melee-based unit. Again, he is a red unit, which we desperately needed, and desperately need more reds to help the purples get resurgence. If the reds are good enough, they will make the yellows go down, meaning the purples more valuable, and purples be more valuable because greens are so good, would be a great cohesiveness of PvP, then all the colors would actually be useful right now. As of current, it's just yellow and green. So hopefully this guy's kit is good enough to resurgence some of these purples. By the way, he is a fusion, so he could run with UG4 if he is good enough to help UG4. Red, red, purple has a team with Gotenks. But his strike has blast number when charging forward. Blast is normal. Blue card has Cup Pen on it. Very nice. It's also, wow. Then the Fall Effects occur on hit, showing ally sub count by 3, 4% chance to inflict paralyze, of course, some gimmick. Green card randomly draws one new card, restores health by 10%, key by 50. 50% damage inflicted, 15 timer counts. If unique gauge is sustained damage type, so he has a defense gauge and an offense gauge, essentially. Think of it like one gauge is like Sword of Hope, and the other gauge is like Blue Beast, but he has both of them as one unit during your different settings. So he pops the green card while the defense gauge is up. He restores on health by 10%, cancel an attribute down against normal conditions, which is very good because Beast is upping your card cost there. As well as reduce enemy drawing balls by 1, 3 times, very strong. Seals blues and greens for 5 timer counts to the opponent. Then if he's in the attack type gauge, he is randomly draws one new card, gets vanished back 3 times, 100%, and 20% damage inflicted for 15 timer counts there. I would actually prefer the defense green card over the offense one, essentially, because that canceling attribute downgrades is really, really strong right now. Again, Beast Gohan, upping your card cost is a problem. Ultimate. Massive explode damage, applies to effect self-upon activation, 50% ult damage, 50% critical rate, nullifies endurance, 3 timer counts upon the ultimate itself. Okay, interesting. Then he also does AoE damage on the ultimate, destroys all of your enemy cards, and 100% chance to inflict extreme bleed, blast armor when charging forward. Main ability, draw the ultimate, get health 30%, key by 50, charge unique gauge by 100%. Cancels own attribute downgrades in normal conditions. Very good yet again. We are looking for that because of Beast. Debuffs then 50% damage received to all enemies. -2 to card draw speed to all enemies. And -80% to health store to all enemies on main. That's a very good main ability just because of those debuffs alone. And the canceling the downgrades there. His unique abilities. The first one here. Applies on effect self when battle starts. 170% damage inflicted. Cannot be canceled. Reduce damage to 70%. 50% key recovery, card draw speed, 50% unique gauge charge rate. Flawless occur when this character enters the battlefield. Restores key by 30, 60% damage inflicted, 20% to strike damage. So he's at 250% damage inflicted on his entry, essentially. Reduces impact, explode, and slice damage, 15%, 10 counts. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade -15% to strike, blast, and blue card power for 10 counts. Flawless occur every time this character uses strike or blast arts card. Randomly draws one new card when you have 3 or fewer. This resets every new switch. Restores own key by 10. 15% damage. 15% damage inflicted, 50 time counts there, as well as 50% damage debuff to the current enemy and 10% health star debuff to current enemy. So he's health star debuffing a lot. Funny enough, this is gonna flow very well. You're not gonna want to face this team, but you probably will. Super Saiyan Goku held 30 debuffs a fuck ton, infinite combos. This guy held 30 debuffs as well, while stacking damage received debuffs. It's going to be a very good duo. And their color synergy. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if you saw Majin Vegeta, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and Zamasu here. I would be actually shocked if you didn't see that team. Also, you have rush safety there because Majin Vegeta safety. Then, a short ally sub count by 5 when an enemy activates an ultimate, awakened, or rising rush while his characters on the battlefield. Works out pretty decently. As well as applies on effect self if own unique gauge is damage type, so sustained damage type, when this character uses a strike, blast, special move, or ultimate. And switches from sustained damage type to attack type, and he gets cover null. So if you're doing cards, essentially, if you start doing cards, you gain an offense gauge, an offensive card, basically anything that's not a green card. But if you are in the setting of doing a green card, you still have defense gauge. So you have to start the combo, then, or start using a card, then you get to the offense gauge. So if you want to choose which one, do an offense card, then you get the offense gauge. The defense gauge is when you're essentially not, right? He has 5 counts cover null there, so it would proc the cover null pretty easily, I would hope so at that point. Then applies no effect self if only engaged its attack type. When hit by an enemy's arch attack while cards on the battlefield, you switch to your defense gauge, I assume, yes, and then go defense neutral for 10 timer counts, cannot be cancelled. And that would be every time you're getting hit for 10 timer counts there. Unique ability 2, he does have a strike cover, combos into a blue card. Fun fact, the 17 that's dropping alongside him has a blast cover change. Finally, we're missing a lot of those. Flawless Cur, when changing cover, reduce enemy key by 20, minus their key recovery to all enemies, minus card cost, or plus card cost to all enemies there by 10 for 10 counts on both. Plus no effect self after enemy attack is over. Draw a green card next, activates twice. Okay. Interesting. I guess that would work out well. You draw the green card, then you have the defense gauge, and you can kind of like work. I'm trying to think how this works, because the defense gauge green card is where you'd cancel the beast card cost up, right? He doesn't seem to be immune to it anywhere. His main ability is defense gauge green card. I wish it was on the offense gauge green card, because then you could do the combo and then cancel the card cost up. With it being how it is here, you would be canceling nothing because you'd be in the defense gauge state, meaning you're not hitting him. I'm not sure if I vibe with that. It would have been better if it was on the offense gauge, obviously. Restores health by 30% of damage received, up to 30% of own health. 20% damage inflicted, 50 entire counts there. Then, if you engage the same damage type when a battle starts, you charge own unit gauge every time when hit with the enemy arch attack while his card's on the battlefield again. Look at Sword of Hope Trunks as an example there. I'm sure there's more recent ones, but that's one of them. Once unit gauge is full, it resets to 0, and then the Flawless Cur when hit by an enemy's arch attack. Restores health by 15%, 20% damage inflicted, activates once. It only destroys 2 enemy cards. Reduce enemy key by 50, seals enemy rush for 5 counts, and seals main abilities for 5 counts there. Enemy main abilities. Then, if you engage his attack type, charge on you gauge every time the card uses an arts card while they're on the battlefield. Think of Beast Gohan, Blue Beast Gohan, Ultra Super Gogeta, etc. Once you gauge is full, resets to 0, and applies full effect itself when this character uses an arts card. Randomly draws 1 new card, restores health by 10%, key by 30, 20% damage inflicted, activates once. Card draw speed, 5 timer counts there, and cover null. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. I do wish this unit had extra damage to either Sun Fam, Vegeta Clan, Hybrid, Saiyans, somewhere. I mean, realistically, I should be expecting that. What is the game right now? You have Gotenks, you have Gotenks, Beast, MV, Goku, Goku again, Gohan Trunks. Like, that's already 6 characters, right? They are facing very often. You would think he would do some damage to one of them. One of those said characters. He doesn't. It's kind of unfortunate. I don't really think that's too diabolical. His double card draw speed actually is quite low. I'm comparing it to the likes of, let's say, the top tiers. Super Saiyan 3 Goku has double card draw speed just by being Super Saiyan 3 Goku, right? What is it, 100 counts? That's a long time. This guy gets it. How much right here? 5 counts on his gauge. So, I'm sure he's going to be strong because he has a good color. And blues aren't too frugal, especially with the case of you just have 10,000 greens. I'm not overly impressed. I do see there's some damage number potential. I do like that the blue card does give cup pen. So what you're going to do there is you do the blue card, but you still have the cup pen after. So you continue on your combos after that. Maybe if you get some luckiness and you'd have some cup pens stacked up. Again, you could run with Gotenks, who is going to give you cup pen stacking. They are on the same team anyways. I do wish he was an Ultra, to be fair. He would have been better if he was an Ultra as well. Just more damage if you're an Ultra, because you get the Ultra ability itself. I think he'll be strong. Initial reading, I just don't see anything that's, like, outlandishly powerful. I do wish his green card was different. Again, if he canceled attribute downgrades on his offense screen, it'd be better. But him doing it on the defense screen, it's kind of a moot point. Like, what am I canceling on the defense screen? Nothing, right? If I'm attacking Beast, offense screen gives me the attribute downgrade cancellation there. Great. I'm in a great spot. I can keep comboing him. Don't have that. And Nullify Endurance being subjected to just ultimate clearly is bad. You're not going to go for, Nullifying Endurance on your ultimates. You're just going to go for the move if you can even do it. He has no way of locking in or anything like that. So he seems generic. Nothing here really says any chaos is going to emerge or any craziness. He'll be good. I'd be kind of surprised if he's even better than Daima or Gotenks. On reading, Daima has really good snipe potential. This guy doesn't. Gotenks has a lot of overall utility sake. This guy has less. So honestly, on paper, I don't even think he's better than those two. Maybe I'm wrong in play. Maybe. But on paper, no. I don't think he's going to be the one to make purples come back to the meta. Yeah, I don't think so. Just reading this kit, I'm just thinking it over. I'm mulling it over in my head here. There's nothing in his kit that's like, oh, I can beat Beast down or I can beat MV down. There's nothing there. He's good. He's fine. He's going to be some top 6, 7 unit, I'm sure. But he's a bit underwhelming to what he needed to be, in my opinion. You needed a really strong red to drop. This is a good red. I still think the other two are better. On paper. Let me know what you guys think of them. I'll see you in the next one.